to the fallen, leave me to be with the broken one last time before I go. Hold the last burning ember, let us never surrender. May we rise up to the call for the glory and the fall. For the weak and the broken, for the lost and forsaken, let us never surrender. May we rise up to the call for the weak and the broken, for the lost and forsaken, let us never surrender. For the glory and the fall. For the beat and the broken, for the lost and forsaken, let us never surrender. Now we rise unto the call. For the glory and the fall.
Long last, Cretans. Welcome to BRW's third pay-per-view, Vindicated. Now, I have to address some things I don't really want to address, unfortunately, but I have to say something. It's unfortunate, but for right now, my little feud with Mr. Connor is on hold, simply due to the unfortunate tragic loss of our friend Payne. Now, Mr. Payne, he was like a little brother to me, despite my overly critical comments last time about his wrestling skills. The guy was funny as hell in the back. He was always running around naked, screaming about doing all kinds of crazy things, and that's how I'm gonna remember him. We will be retiring the Universal Championship and the Universal Empress Championship in place of the King of Pain and the Queen of Agony titles going forward here on VRW Wrestling. Now, this match is kind of my fault, but at the same time, Mr. Robin the Mischievous has a point he wants to prove to Mr. Yuri Connor. So, despite my differences over the last couple weeks with Mr. Yuri Connor, that is all on hold as of now. But it is what it is. Mr. Robin the Mischievous still wants this match, so we're going to open it up here later on in the evening. Due to the unfortunate loss of our brother Payne, we are going to have Mr. Yuri Connor come out in his place and defend the new King of Pain title in his name against Mr. CJ Frost, the Dumpster King, here at the main event on Vindicated as Mr. Robin the Mischievous comes out. Robin's looking sharp. He's been waiting for this chance to prove himself to me, and I suppose we'll see if he has what it takes to beat the Reaper here tonight at Vindicated. Now, I have to say, Mr. Robin the Mischievous, he's been extremely impressive to me. He's won match after match. He helped me defeat Embalmer. He defeated Embalmer. He's defeated a lot of big names here in BRW. As we get started right off the bat, Robin isn't messing around. He's going straight for offense. Mr. Connor better be bringing his A game tonight because he has a chance to be the first King of Pain should he be able to defeat Mr. CJ Frost tonight, but that will happen later. But first he has to go through Mr. Robin the Mischievous. Mr. Connor back to his feet, going for a clothesline. Starting to look impressive, starting to be very Reaper-y to me here. Now, like I said, I have my differences with Mr. Connor, but at the end of the day, the man was in my regime. The man has done a lot of great things with us, and nothing can take that away from him despite my issues currently with him. However, he better step his game up because Robin's looking to make a name for himself, and Mr. Connor is currently his target. If Robin can beat Yuri Connor tonight, I would say that he's no laughing matter, and the rest of you better actually start getting a little bit worried that he might be a champion in the very near future. This kid's very impressive, and he's been impressing me a lot lately. Now, just another thing I'll say, this is our last show before we upgrade our arena and everything. So, it's not our last show, but going forward, there will be significant changes to BRW, as I'm sure you are all well aware of what's coming. Mr. Connor back on the offense, which is what he's going to need to do to beat this kid. This kid's agility is crazy, and he's all over the place with an unorthodox fighting style, which exactly is something that could possibly, potentially beat Mr. Connor. However, like I said, Mr. Connor was in my regime. I know what he's capable of, and I know he could do more. And I'm hoping to see that come out of him here tonight, but we'll see what happens. Robin going back on offense, however, Mr. Connor isn't having any of it as he goes for that pump handle face buster. There is only some way, though, I can make these fans smell better because, ugh, you cretins smell so bad. Like, I'm already missing Vegas. rather, I'm missing my arena. My arena's lemon fresh smelling. This place, when we run for these pay-per-views, it's always a different situation. Alright, back on track. Mr. Connor's going on offense. However, he just got kicked. I don't know. See, Mr. Robin the Mischievous, he's sneaky and he's very agile. Now, Mr. Yuri, I don't think he's used to this fighting style, but we'll see how he overcomes it. If he can overcome it. I know that if he wins this match, he'll be feeling pretty good going into the main event tonight, with the chance of possibly becoming the very first King of Pain champion here on BRW Wrestling with our brand new titles, which will finally be seen. However, like I said, he's got to go through Mr. Robin the Mischievous first, and I can tell you regardless, I don't think this rivalry is going to be over anytime soon, as Mr. Robin's wanted this for a very long time. Beautiful reversal by Mr. Connor there. Now, I wouldn't be posing too much for the fans, Mr. Connor. This kid might be a rookie, but he's defeated some pretty big names. He's defeated them Balmer twice, once with me, myself, and he's just been winning matches lately, but it looks like Mr. Connor's going to try to wrap this up early here. Yuri going for his patented move there. This could be it, possibly. However, Peterson only counts to 2. I'm surprised he can count higher than that, to be completely honest. The guy's an imbecile. Robin looking to go for a high-risk maneuver. You better stick this, kid, because if you don't, Yuri's going to make you pay for it. That's exactly what I thought. That's why those type of moves are very risky and should only be used if you know you're going to land them. He's definitely on his way to being an S+ ring talent member of my roster, however. But, like I said, I'm only going to give him that title if he can... Rather, I'm only going to give him that rank of skill quality should he be able to defeat Mr. Yuri Connor tonight. You'll have to excuse me, this arena smells so bad and it's affecting my throat. And just the smell of all these unwashed masses. Oh, Mr. Connor, you might need an EMT after that. I'm going to get to be... See, if you're going to showboat Mr. Robin, at least get the job done first. That's all I'm saying. Mr. Connor's not someone you should take lightly, despite the fact that you think you have what it takes to beat him. Like, you should never, ever go into the ring with an opponent like this thinking you're just going to win easily. It takes hard work and dedication and focus and self-awareness to be S+ ring talent, which I know you can do, but you can't just be messing around. Alright, Yuri might be in trouble now. I've seen Robin tap several people out with this finisher. I'm not sure what he calls this move yet. Mr. Connor intelligently attacks the knee of Mr. Robin the Mischievous as he gets out of it. And gloats to the fans when he should be finishing the job too. But if Yuri's posing like that, Yuri's got to have some massive confidence going right now that he's got this match in the bag. So Mr. Robin better be stepping his game up here, because if he doesn't, knock down Peterson. Guy deserved it. He isn't getting any workman's comp either, so he better not be whining, crying, "Man, Yuri knocked me down." I don't care. Do your job, Peterson. Robin throws Mr. Connor outside the ring. Mr. Connor's like, "I don't think so." Now, Mr. Robin told me he had this in the bag, and his word's been pretty good with me so far, but we'll see if he delivers tonight. If he doesn't deliver tonight, and I'm sure this is going to continue in one form or another going forward, there may be consequences. I don't like when people tell me they can do things and then fail to deliver. Now, Robin, you're posing. You should get the job done before you do that, kid. Mr. Connor's eyeing him up, and this might be it. However, Robin miraculously reverses it and goes for a very low blow there. I can't say that I feel bad for Mr. Connor, but that looked like it hurt pretty bad. Which actually looked like it might have pissed him the hell off, which is why he's unloading all these combos to your head and wrists at the moment. Looks like he's gonna break your fingers for that. Alright, I think Robin's in some deep shit here if I'm speaking in plain English. I think this might be it, because Robin's been looking like he's been in trouble for a while. I think Yuri has this one in the bag, so I'm going to have to say congratulations to Mr. Connor and good luck in tonight's main event. Despite our differences, we will be talking later. I have to say though, 4-star match. Robin did a pretty good job, but I highly doubt that this is over, and I think it will continue. But we will be back here after a little bit of a break. Alright, dumpster muffins, buckle your seatbelts, because up next we got Bobby Blaze versus Captain Porky. Now, Bobby Blaze has been one of the most impressive new talents I have seen in a very long time. He's not a weirdo, he doesn't think he's some kind of horror movie reject, kaiju monster or whatever, werewolf, whatever you want to call it. He just comes out here, kicks somebody's ass, and walks away victorious usually, which is exactly what he did to that weirdo Gravedigger last time we saw him. And that match against Toxic was extremely good. So, let's see how he fares against that son of a bitch Captain Porky, the leader of the band of miscreants, the Twisted Asylum themselves going forward. I think he has what it takes to pull off a win here and get himself a victory point. But we'll see what happens, because Captain Porky is no laughing matter. Despite the fact the guy's a weirdo, he does win matches in his Twisted Asylum. Unfortunately, to my dismay, has been performing a little bit better than I thought they would here at BRW Wrestling. Knew that stupid kid with the Captain Porky shit. Someone smacked the piss out of him. Preferably his mother. Someone should smack the kid's mother. Just don't even get me started. Alright, here comes the leader of the circus freaks, Captain Porky. I hate this guy. I have no words for how much I absolutely can't stand this guy. This guy comes in here, like I said, I signed him, he's popular with a certain crowd. He puts on good matches, I'll give him that, but he is a son of a bitch. First off, he hit on my sister Harmony. That's a no-no. No one hits on Harmony without my approval. Secondly, the guy's a freaking weirdo. Look at him. Harmony is... don't even get me started with this guy. This guy has been a rival of mine for a while. More like a mid-boss. More like a little mini side boss, but... I'll give him his due. He puts on good matches, but that's about it. But we'll see how he does against Bobby Blaze. Now, my money's on Mr. Bobby Blaze just because he isn't a weirdo freakazoid like this guy. I mean, who comes out with a pig head? Captain Porky does. That's who. It's plastic, by the way. It's not real, kids. Sorry. He's not really a spooker like you think he is. Alright, let's just get going with this. Hurry up and kick the shit out of this guy, Bobby Blaze, because I just absolutely hate watching Captain Porky wrestle. It just makes me nauseous. However, Porky seems to be taking control as he is a veteran, so I'll give him that. Mr. Blaze, you just got curb stomped by a flying pig. You need to, step your game up, sir. I know you can do better than this. You defeated that little weirdo gravedigger. Now finish the job and take out Captain Porky. However, Porky definitely probably has a little bit of weight on him, and that might cost Mr. Blaze if he doesn't alter his fighting style a little bit to compensate for it. But I know Mr. Blaze is strong, and I've seen how he trains. I know this guy is definitely on the right path for success here at BRW Wrestling, but we'll see if he can get the job done and take out Captain Porky. Captain Porky doesn't think he can take him out, as he's continuously showing that this guy's a constant thorn in my side, and don't even get me started on how bad this miscreant smells. He smells so bad it makes me nauseous. Not a good sign, Mr. Blaze. You're gonna have to step your game up hard. I swear if this son of a bitch wins, I'm just already getting a headache tonight. I want to see somebody good for once win. Porky going for another cover. Almost gets it. I'm a little disappointed, Mr. Blaze. I thought you were something special, but perhaps I was wrong. Perhaps I have to send someone else in to get the job done if you can't. Because it's already looking like the son of a bitch is eyeing you up, getting ready to finish you off here. But Mr. Blaze is known for faking it sometimes, so maybe Mr. Blaze can turn this around. We'll see. Mr. Blaze, it's going to take more than that to put that pig down. Believe me, I know. Unfortunately. Mr. Blaze going for a series of clotheslines and a drop kick. However, the pig is back up on his feet. Mr. Blaze reverses it. Mr. Porky and I go way back, and I will just say, I'm just never a fan of him. Like I said, he helps the company, he gets paid, he shows up, the guy's a cretin and he's horrible to work with, and he smells bad, and I hate how he got candy cane chunks stuck in his beard at that Christmas party. I will never forget that image. That will be burned into my eyes permanently for the rest of my life at that Christmas party where he's munching on candy canes and it was all in his beard. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Next to Sherman, because we all know Sherman's the most disgusting person pretty much around anywhere, but that was pretty bad, and I swear, you almost gave me a heart attack, Mr. Blaze. Get on your feet and wrap this up here, because you are in trouble, sir, because Captain Porky is eyeballing you. I think Mr. Bobby Blaze came in here a little overconfident, and I think that's it. I'm going to be sending a lot of you back to training school because, damn it, that dirty son of a bitch, Captain Porky. Alright, I gotta go. I'm already getting a headache. I'll be back in a minute. I'm not happy with this. Alright, cretins. I always feel better after stuffing a coupon down someone's throat, especially someone like Mr. MXG. However, we have to move on here. Mr. MXG has officially been signed to BRW. That was his initiation. However, he thought he could beat me. He couldn't. It is what it is. Pretty much. I told you so. I don't know what else to tell you. Enjoy the coupon. Happy to have you here. Up next, my wife, Rosa Banks, coming out. Now, Rosa's been acting a little strange lately, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this shit once and for all one of these days, but I don't know, I just kind of turn her loose and let her do her own thing. That's really all you can do, you know? However, she will be fighting an old family friend of ours, Miss Sophia Grisham, tonight, who I have instructed she better be back in her suit, which she has been neglecting to wear, which sort of helps her stay alive. That suit wasn't cheap. Now, if people wondering who Miss Sophia Grisham is, let's just say her and I used to work with the government together when we were, well, I can't really talk about it, but she got severely hurt. She was in suspended animation for a while, and I poured the money and resources since the woman saved my life once before, and I saved hers with this suit, so I'm hoping she's listening to me finally and comes out here and wearing it. However, she's up against my wife, and that's no laughing matter. You all know who Rosa is and what Rosa's capable of doing. Alright, Sophia's making her way out. Hopefully she's following instructions. Now, I do kind of want her to find out what's going on. Okay, good. Sophia's in her suit, as she should be. That suit keeps you alive. Make sure that you don't damage that suit or anything. The thing wasn't cheap, and it's the prototype to the Benny 9 robot that you all pretty much know. Anyways, Sophia, old family friend, we used to work for the government. That's all I can say. We used to be partners. She got hurt. She was in suspended animation a while, and that suit helps her basically stay alive as she sustained a lot of gunshot wounds. Alright. Rosa and Sophia, this is gonna be a barn burner of epic proportions. I can tell you pretty much right now. I don't even have to introduce my wife. Everyone knows what she's perfectly capable of. She backhands people into other timelines. And Sophia, who hasn't been seen a while, has been in some impressive matches as well, and I know what she's capable of as well, so I really can't tell you who's going to win this match. It's basically like asking me what's going to happen if an immovable object meets an unstoppable force, because that's basically what's about to happen here. Rosa isn't looking too impressed right off the bat as she goes for that head slam. However, Sophia, like I said, she's she's no pushover as well. I don't really even want to call this match with a 10-foot pole. It's my friend versus my wife. I want to stay away from this, but yeah, I don't really want to. I'm not picking a side here. Like I said, it's my friend versus my wife. Rosa's been acting kind of strange lately. We're gonna get to the bottom of it eventually here. Maybe Sophia could figure out what's going on for me on my behalf as she does a beautiful hurricane run on Rosa, but Rosa isn't going to take that laying down. Once she gets up, if you don't end this quickly with her, she is going to be pissed. Reversal on Sophia by Rosa and a knee to the face to Sophia. Rosa going for the infamous 10 count, smash your face into the turnbuckle. Like I said, I don't even know how to call this match. I feel like I'm going to be in trouble with the women no matter what I do here. So I'm going to just try to call it straight down the middle. Alright, Rosa, watch the suit there with that shank. That suit wasn't... I mean, come on. If you damage that suit, I mean, her life could be at stake. So I'm hoping you didn't damage any of the components to it. But I don't know, Rosa's been acting strange lately. She's acting like she doesn't care pretty much. Sophia coming out with that knee, and like I said, Sophia used to tear shit up back in the day. Going for that combo of hers. Peterson's looking I would hesitate to... Peterson, your hesitation this one time, I feel, sir, is about as equal as mine, because I feel like there's pretty much no way for me to call this match without getting slapped or screamed at or having to... I'm going to have a headache later no matter what. It is what it is. We'll just roll with it. That's how I do things. Looks like Rosa might be putting an end to Sophia and winning this match here. I have to say, I'm impressed with both of them. Like, I'm proud of both of them regardless of what happens. I suppose that's the safest thing to say, but I am a little bit concerned with the way my wife's been acting lately. She has been acting rather strange. Like something's been off. She sneaks off once in a while. Ever since she joined this Void Minion thing, we're going to figure out what's going on with that one way or another going forward. Sophia and Rosa taking it outside. Like I said, I don't know how to call this one, guys. If you're a guy and you're married and you have a friend that's also a female, I think you know what I'm talking about here. Rosa's looking pretty pissed as she pounds the head of Sophia into the pain logo on the ring. Oh, Rosa's bleeding, spitting up blood or whatever. However, Sophia kicks out of it. Like, I have to say, this is probably... I'm impressed with both of them at the moment. However, it looks like Sophia's going... Looks like Sophia's going for that crazy ankle lock of hers. I could tell you, I know my wife. I don't think she's going to be tapping out anytime soon. Beautiful Hurricane Rana by my wife to Sophia. Rosa's looking at Sophia. This could be the end of it here. However, Sophia gets out of it and counters with a punch to the back of the head. However, I can't even... I have to say, I think they're pretty equally matched here. Rosa going for that meditating technique of hers. Rosa going for her famous uppercuts in the corner. Sophia could be in serious trouble here if she continues to let my wife pretty much powerhouse her around here with these maneuvers. It's starting to sound like that idiot Richard. Like I said, I don't know how to call this. How do you call this? You guys know what I'm talking about. You have a wife and you have a female friend, and they're fighting with each other. You can't call this without winning, but that was a beautiful rack attack by my wife, and this might be over. You just can't call it. You can't pick a side, because if you do, you're choosing. And if you choose against your wife's going to give you the look, and you all know what I'm talking about. Or you side against your female friend who might not... you can't win. That's all there is to it. It's damned if you do or damned if you don't. However, Sophia's got Rosa in the leg lock. ankle lock. The girls got me all flustered and sound like that moron Richard that I fired. Good riddance. Good hump of garbage. Though I heard he ran off with Sherman's magazine collection on a train or something after destroying my arena. That guy better not ever show his face around here ever again as far as I'm concerned. Beautiful drop kick, Rosa. Yeah, you got that down there. I like that move. It's a very useful move, in my opinion. That sliding drop kick. I gotta say, they're really going at it, taking it outside. Peterson is doing the smartest thing he possibly can, just staying the hell out of both of their way as they continue kicking the shit out of each other outside of the ring. Now, when Harmony and Rosa fight like this, it's just best to let them knock you. Just pay the hospital bill. You're just better off. Just let them beat the shit out of each other. Pay the hospital bill. Smile and nod. That's the smartest thing you could do if you're me. That's what I've learned. You don't pick a side in that, and I'm not picking a side in this. You could call me a little yellow chicken shit all you want, but I'm not listening to Rib. I'm just not listening to that. I'd rather just pay the damn hospital bill, say, good luck, do better next time, and just go about my business. It's the easiest and most sane thing that you could possibly choose in my position. However, Sophia they're really going at it. They're getting vicious. I think Rosa may have damaged the suit, which I hope she didn't, because some of the parts in that thing are irreplaceable. I know that Rosa's not going to be happy if she loses this match, because when Sophia woke up, they sort of had an encounter a while ago. She wasn't too happy and thrilled about it. Sophia's got her in that ankle lock again, but I don't know. I don't see my wife tapping out. It takes a lot to make her tap out. It's not something you see often. Rosa looks like she might be in trouble, though. Holy sh... that Sophia is the winner. I'm sorry, honey, but that's just the way it is. Like I said, I'm just paying the hospital bill and smiling and nodding. So I'm gonna go take a break while I figure out how to defuse this situation. We'll be back here in a minute. Don't go anywhere. If you do, I'll fine you. Alright, gentlemen, moving forward, and ladies. Now, I said last time, Blackjack and John Ewing, you put on like a 10, 15-minute match. I said you're gonna come out here and you better be giving me at least 20 minutes this time. Mr. Blackjack, old family employee, family friend, I expect to see great things from you, from that cheating, no-good son of a bitch, John Ewing, who better not be coming out here with those arm sleeves and those brass knuckles again, because I've had about enough of his foul play here in my arena. Mr. Blackjack is a class act here coming out. He's been impressing me lately, and I do kind of am starting to have second thoughts about how well, obviously the man can still perform, so he's still here, so it is what it is. Now, Mr. Ewing, on the other hand, I have a history with Mr. Ewing. Mr. Ewing cheated during our match. He cheated the very first time he was here with Mr. Yuri Connor. Coming out here with them arm sleeves and them brass knuckles of his, trying to cheat. Okay, I see. He ditched the arm sleeves, but one has to wonder what Mr. Ewing has up his elbow pad or in his gloves right now, because clearly, like, if the brass knuckles are on, and they're in the gloves already, no one's gonna be able to see him, so it looks like he's wised up, basically. Now, I have to give a shout out to a partner of ours, BWC Wrestling, which I forgot to do. Whether I didn't forget to do it, but during our arena decoration here, we sort of accidentally misplaced their logo, so apologies for that. So I have to give a shout out to BWC Wrestling for that. That was our bad. This arena was made during some troubling times, as you could clearly see. So we will not be forgetting you when we redesign our arena at home. Right off the bat, Mr. Ewan going for them sucker punches and low blows. Seriously disgraceful. I don't see what these fans see in this guy. Peterson, check his gloves. Stop the match and check his gloves. That's what you should do to see if he's doing it. Right off the bat, he's going for a king of swing on Mr. Blackjack. Now, Mr. Blackjack is an old man, and he doesn't deserve to be hit by brass knuckles like that. And I can tell you right now, we're going to get to the bottom of this cheating fraud, and I'm going to expose this guy once and for all at some point when we have more time. Right now, Blackjack has his hands full with this guy and all of his shenanigans and foul play that he has to deal with, because one has to wonder what is in Mr. John Ewing's gloves. Blackjack taking control of the match as they continue to beat the shit out of each other outside the ring. But I could tell you, if he's getting hit with brass knuckles, this isn't going to last 20 minutes like I asked for, and it better last a decent amount of time, or I'm going to be severely disappointed in these two. Hopefully Blackjack can just wrap this up quickly. Now, Mr. Ewing, if he is cheating and he does have brass knuckles in there, and we're pretty sure that he does, because the guys, like I said, all these little fans standing up here screaming, "Oh, John Ewing, he's so great." The guy's a fraud, I'm telling you. We're going to expose the truth, and everyone's going to know, all you little screaming idiots in the crowd, what a cheating hack this guy is. As Blackjack goes for a suplex maneuver, very well executed if I do say so myself. Now, Mr. Ewing clearly decided to come out here without those arm sleeves on to spite me. Basically, he must have found another way of doing this, so I wouldn't be surprised if he has, like, numbing needles in those gloves. He could have all kinds of crazy weaponry in him. And Peterson is just oblivious to everything, which is pissing me off as well. Ewing going for another dirty low blow there. The guy just disgusts me. Blackjack on his feet with such opposition, trying to play fair, trying to do the right thing. Little kid in the front with the John Ewing shirt, your icon is a fraud. Oh my God! There was an amazing suicide dive by Blackjack. That was crazy. Have you ever seen an 85-year-old man do that? That's what makes it 10 times more freaking impressive. Blackjack is looking for revenge after that last time, which I would be looking for revenge too if someone pelted me in the head several times with brass knuckles. Just watch, he's gonna adjust, he's gonna do something. I know Mr. Ewing is a fraud, and I can tell you right now, you better keep your eye on him real close. Blackjack coming with that overpowered left hand hook or right hand, I can't tell. I'm just frustrated at the moment. John's looking like he's in trouble. That's right, Blackjack. Rip that glove off of him and show all of his little cretin fans what a fraud he is. That's what you should be doing. However, I suppose a deep six will suffice as well, sir. He almost wraps it up there. Now Peterson definitely is counting slow. One has to wonder if John Ewing had made a little wink-wink deal with Mr. Peterson in the back before this pay-per-view started. I wouldn't put it past the guy as he goes for a rock bottom or whatever the hell that move's called, or only a 2. So, see, he counted pretty fast there when Ewing had him down. So one has to wonder what kind of payoff Mr. Ewing paid Mr. Peterson in the back before this match happened. We're gonna conduct a full-scale investigation into Mr. John Ewing's activities going forward. I'm not gonna allow this kind of bullshit to stand on my show. Ewing mounting a comeback. However, looks like Blackjack may have countered it, but Ewing goes to the top rope. Turn around, Blackjack. Look out. Oh! Look, Peterson. Peterson wasn't looking. He slipped something into the sleeve of his. Guy's a dirty cheater. That's all I have to say. He absolutely disgusts me that he's even in this sport, that I allow this, but if Peterson doesn't call it, I can't help that he's cheating, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what else to tell you. Peterson's blind as a bat and he can't count, and he seems to be motivated by backstage bribes. We're going to be conducting an investigation after this is over. Hopefully Blackjack can wrap this up going forward here. However, you're nowhere near the 20-minute mark I asked for, but if Blackjack wins, I suppose I'll make an exception, which he miraculously pulls off. Alright, I'll update everyone on the investigation status, but that was the craziest thing ever. An 85-year-old man going for a suicide dive outside the ring, risking bodily injury for everyone's amusement, and Mr. Ewing tries to cheat with them brass knuckles that he stashes in his gloves or whatever. I'll have to talk to Blackjack later about this and see what's going on, but you can clearly see at the end of the day, without his weaponry, if he didn't have any, which he probably did, Mr. Blackjack was victorious. We'll be back with more crazy wrestling action after this. Alright, buckle up, dumpster goblins. Up next, we got Siren versus Scarlet. Now, I will say this. I am pretty sure this so-called Scarlet had something to do with my helicopter accident, and I haven't forgotten about that. And I can tell you that we are basically going to have a little chat with Miss Scarlet one of these days once I upgrade Sophia's suit, since it's looking like she's back in top form here. But I haven't forgotten about you, Scarlet. I'm pretty sure you're responsible for the attack on my helicopter a while back, and that thing wasn't cheap, and Mr. Banks always gets revenge. With that said, the other person, Siren, I don't really know much about her, other than she used to be involved with an acquaintance of mine, Mr. Charles, which, Mr. Charles, speaking of you, Mr. Charles, I have you in a match tonight as well that I think will be very interesting, and I hope that you can basically do what needs to be done tonight, because I am questioning whether or not our alliance should remain intact after what I've seen the past couple of shows. However, we have Siren coming out here to face Miss Scarlet. Why am I calling her Miss Scarlet? I sound like that idiotic buffoon Richard. I swear that guy's just living rent-free in my head at the moment. He destroyed my arena with his idiotic stupidity, and that's why we're here at this arena for this pay-per-view, because I wanted to host it at home, but he had to destroy it and throw his little temper tantrum after I beat him with the chair and fired him. So it is what it is. So we have Siren versus Scarlet. My money is on Siren because, quite simply, I don't like Scarlet. Scarlet basically could go to hell as far as I'm concerned, and I'll tell you what, I haven't forgotten about that. And when Sophia's suit gets upgraded, she's going to be paying you a visit because we haven't forgotten about you, and we know exactly what you are, but we're not allowed to say for government reasons. Siren making her way in the ring. Those that know, and that's all I'm gonna say. Absolutely filthy, disgusting, the way you're posing like that. Setting a bad example for everyone. Alright, Siren immediately is going on the offense as Peterson gets the hell out of the way, which he should. Just let them just tear the shit out of each other, because that's what I want to see on this pay-per-view. However, I will say this, I'm expecting at least a B-plus match. This is a pay-per-view, and if I don't get one, we're going to be taking a talk and walking all of you back to the training facilities and working you 10 times harder than you've ever worked before, ladies. Scarlet goes for a roll, which was pretty intelligent, but walks right into Siren's fist. Now, if Mr. Payne was here, I will say this, he had some very entertaining and interesting, colorful stories about Miss Siren, and that's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know, and that's pretty much it. As Siren very disgustingly goes for a cheap shot against Siren, slamming her head into the railing of the ring, because why would she play fair? She clearly isn't gonna play fair, because she likes to tinker with people's vehicles. However, I will say that move that she performed there was quite impressive. Alright, they're going at it outside. Peterson's staying the hell out of it, because God forbid the guy can go outside and check to see if they're cheating or anything, which it's looking to me like Scarlet is cheating. Wouldn't be surprised. Siren whiplashes, or Irish, whatever the hell, y'all know what it's called. Throwing Siren back into the ring. Goes for that schoolhouse kick to the face. Siren might be in some deep shit here as Scarlet goes for the cover, but it's looking like she must not have paid Peterson off because he isn't counting very fast. We all know about your activities backstage, Mr. Peterson, and like I said, we're going to be investigating that after the show is over. However, it's looking like Siren might be in trouble. Now, Siren hasn't been in a match for a while due to some other activity that was going on with Azure Cassidy or whatever, but Scarlet's been out here and on a rampage ever since she tinkered with my helicopter. I have to say, though, Scarlet has a pretty good record from what I can remember. The problem is, I don't like her. Look at all these cretins jumping up and down and screaming in the crowd. I hope you're at least getting your money's worth. We'll see if Siren taps out from the submission hold. This match is about a B so far. I want to see a B+, ladies, so step it up a little bit. I'm not completely impressed yet. Siren catches Scarlet and throws her in the air, tossing her. Looks like that's going to happen again. Or she fails a dropkick. How do you fail a dropkick? That's what I want to understand. It's the most simplistic, basic wrestling move there is, and you just completely miss and fail at it. This is why I'm sending half of you, at least half of you, back to wrestling school to train you again in the new Banks Iron Dungeon that we have making, because I'm absolutely tired of seeing, that's right, tired of seeing people miss drop kicks. Now that is one of the most brutal moves I've ever seen. I've seen my sister do that when you piss her off enough and she changes, so to speak. But that's Scarlet has some kind of trick or whatever, because not very many people can get up from that. So I'll give her credit for at least kicking out of that. Siren going to the top rope. Maybe she'll actually put Scarlett away, and I won't have to look at this filth anymore. See, you go to the top rope, you don't make sure your opponent's down, you only go to the top rope when you absolutely are certain you're going to finish your opponent off. Now Scarlett has you in a king of swing or queen of swing, whatever the hell you want to call it, and you're in deep shit. This is why you need to be paying attention to your surroundings and being on top of your strategic tactical game, or you're basically going to screw up and cost yourself a victory point and give it to your opponent doing stupid shit like that, which doesn't impress me. Now Scarlett's landing drop kicks. Why can't you do it, Siren? That's what I'm absolutely irritated with. You better step your game up, because I'm not impressed. Oh, she just smacked the paste out of her face there. Scarlett going for that schoolboy kick. This might be it, because look at the heels on Scarlett. She's also, are those metal? She has solid metal gold heels on, and she just kicked Siren in the face with them. That's absolutely going to knock her out. Just a bunch of cheaters I'm surrounded with. This is the kind of dumpster filth that I'm stuck with. All these people coming out here acting weird. I don't know what the hell Scarlett's supposed to be, but I can tell you this much, I don't like it, and I'm not buying it, and I know what she's up to, and basically, she's going to be getting paid a visit from Sophia when she has the time and she isn't busy dealing with whatever she's dealing with, because we got to check and see if her suit isn't damaged. Oh, look at her, all proud of herself. I'm just disgusted. Alright, I got a headache. I gotta go get a coffee or something. Give me a minute, I'll be right back. Don't tie your trash bags just yet, you bunch of filthy cretins. We have more matches coming up here, plus our main events, the King of Pain and Queen of Agony match. But right now, we have a return of a classic match. On the very first episode of Banks Regime Wrestling, we had Miss Narana Moon versus Miss Blue Box. Now, I don't understand what the hell Narana's deal is and why she's blue when she comes out here dressed up all like this. I mean, I guess the kids like it. It is what it is. Whatever. Let's see if Narana can actually win this time. Because she came out here as a trained veteran and she was defeated, I believe, by Blue Fox, who is an absolute rookie here and has since made a name for herself. So we'll see what happens going forward. Take your time, Narana. Like, we have all night. That guy seems to be liking Narana, but it is what it is. I don't understand what she's trying to do. If she's some sort of blueberry smurf or whatever, I don't understand it. I'm not trying to even be disrespectful towards the woman. I just don't understand what she's going for with this. I never did. I don't understand it. Now, Blue Fox, on the other hand, she looks like she's going for some sort of medieval knight or futuristic cyborg or whatever it is, but I suppose that I understand. That I like. I can understand that. That goes into my mind and I go, I haven't seen that before. Interesting. So I'm gonna put my money behind Blue Fox for this one, simply based on the fact that I understand what her gimmick is and what she's trying to go for in the ring here. Miss Narana, I have no disrespect. I have no idea why you're blue. I don't understand why you come out. And my head's spinning from all this nonsense I have to deal with. I got cheaters, I got ring behind the ring payoffs and all kinds of other bullshit going on behind the sides that would make your head spin. But Miss Blue Fox is coming out here. This is a rematch from the very first show on Banks Regime Wrestling. Narana Moon versus Blue Fox. Let's see if Narana can actually take this one, or if Blue Fox walks away again with another victory point. We'll see. Fans are on their feet for Blue Fox, screaming, jumping up and down, spilling their popcorn and their filthy drinks all over the place, probably putting their filthy, disgusting chewed gum under the seats, because that's what y'all do to my arena. But at least this one's a rental, so I don't have to clean it. Ha 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 ha! Alright, Peterson, get this shit going. Let's see what they got. Right off the bat, Blue Fox is exerting dominance, but we'll see if this trend continues. It's looking like Narana's trying to gain the upper hand, but Blue Fox just keeps deflecting all of her bullshit tactics. However, a kick like that would pretty much make anybody fall down, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Narana counter-attacking, which is the smart thing to do. Now she needs to find something on Blue Fox. Maybe she wears those armor plates on her arm because there's a weakness or an injury or something. So I would focus on her arms personally. That's what I would do. Or a leg maybe. Because maybe there's a reason that those arm guards and legs are there. It could just be part of the gimmick, but it could also be hiding a weak spot or something vulnerable that you could exploit for your opponent. See, that's the S-rank mentality of how you should be thinking when you're in my ring. That's how I think when I'm in the ring, and I think everyone should start applying it to themselves, and that you'd perform better matches. But Narana's looking like she's doing exactly that as she bashes the skull of Miss Blue Fox into the ring and goes for a cover as Peterson slowly gets to his knees and gets a 1 count there. Blue Fox is looking like she might be in a little bit of trouble here. However, Narana took too long trying to be fancy, and it cost her dearly as Blue Fox goes for that crazy Hurricane Rana of hers again that looked excruciatingly painful to Narana. Oh, that had to hurt. Shit. Blue Fox might be wrapping this up right now as she suplexes Narana, looking like she's going for what she's famously known for, those crazy German suplexes that she does. Narana might be in trouble, but she kicks out at the last second. I'm enjoying this match so far. So far, I'm giving this match a B+. Like, you two won't be going to wrestling school anytime soon if you keep up this sort of performance. I haven't seen anyone screw anything up yet. Coming out here screwing up drop kicks, you should be ashamed of yourself. Narana going for a crazy pin combo. However, Blue Fox kicks out of it, but now Blue Fox might be in trouble because it's looking like Narana may have been studying Blue Fox, and it looks like she may be employing some of the tactics I'm talking about. We'll see what happens. Blue Fox, however, throws her outside the ring to take it outside, which might be in her favor to do so. I can't tell who's actually winning this now. Blue Fox just botched a drop kick, which absolutely disappoints me and breaks my heart. How do you screw up a drop kick? It's absolutely the most embarrassing thing that you could possibly do in this ring. Narana got a drop kick in, she kicked the drop kick, she dropped and she kicked, and she landed the target, and she performed a roundhouse kick. That's what you should be doing. So I'm making this a B match now simply because you botched that drop kick. So start impressing me again, Blue Fox, because I'm watching. Narana thrown back into the ring. Blue Fox looking like she is going for a leg drop off onto the railing there, almost taking Miss Moon's head off. Another roundhouse kick. Narana's got to be absolutely dazed and confused as hell now. I don't know how she pulled that reversal out, but apparently she's at least putting on a show here. And she goes for that twisting arm DDT combo or whatever it's called. Peterson goes almost like a 2.25 there. They're going at it back and forth. I will say that I am impressed with this match so far, so these two won't be going back to wrestling school as far as I'm concerned, because I feel like I'm getting my money's worth with this one. However, it might be over pretty soon because I haven't seen many people survive more than one of those German suplex combos by Miss Blue Fox here. Now, you haven't won the match yet, Blue Fox. I wouldn't be posing exactly yet for the fans. You can save that for the photo shoot afterwards if you're actually victorious and secure yourself a victory point. Alright, Blue Fox is going to the top rope, and let's see if she screws this up or not, because if she does, it's going to be embarrassing. She doesn't quite screw it up, and she misses, but at least she recovered landing on her feet, which at least made her look good in my opinion, and just overall added to the flavor of the match as she slams the skull of Mr. Rana Moon into the... Now, don't be breaking that LED screen. That thing is freaking expensive, so like at least when you hit someone with that, you know, hit the top part where the plastic is a little harder, because there's very sensitive electronic equipment in there displaying our Vindicated logo, and that I would hate to see it get destroyed at least before the main event. I have to say, like, this has been going back and forth. I can't really tell who's winning, but they do definitely look evenly matched, and this is at least a B+ match. I might even upgrade it to an A-. That's how impressed with it I am so far. Blue Fox is definitely delivering with those Hurricane Ranas there. Just absolutely skillful moves. Those are a lot harder to pull off than most people think. I think Blue Fox is starting to gain the upper hand though from the look of it, but I could be wrong. I've seen Miss Narana pull off some amazing comebacks before, and this wouldn't be the first time that elbow had to hurt. She hit her directly in the eye socket. Narana goading Blue Fox to her feet. However, she absolutely botches that move terribly, which is embarrassing, I would think, for a veteran such as Narana Moon. She should be landing her moves and not screwing them up, which if she loses this match, which it's looking like she might, because this is the third time Blue Fox has pulled off these crazy German suplexes, which must take quite a great deal of strength, especially for a woman to pull off almost a 3. That was like a 2.9, which absolutely showcases the power of Blue Fox, and she is not a lightweight by any means. However, Narana seems to be regaining momentum, and I have to say that a move such as that, which I perform myself, is something that can be a game changer in a match such as this, especially when it's dragged on for about 10 minutes now. Looks like Narana's making a comeback here. Maybe she was just testing her out to see how she was going to perform, or letting Blue Fox wear herself out, but I suppose we'll see how this ends. However, that was absolutely a brilliant tactical move by Miss Blue Fox. That is how you get out of a move that could potentially end your match and cost you a victory point. You have to be aware of other people's finishers and when they're trying to pull that bullshit on you so you can get out of it. And I think Miss Blue Fox has this one wrapped up here. Let's see if Peterson can count to 3 though. Alright, that was at least an A- match. I'm impressed with Miss Blue Fox, who's proving to be the better wrestler once again, and walking away with the victory point for that. As you could clearly see from the replay though, Miss Narana Moon's no pushover. And I have to say it was going back and forth, and I was a little bit confused as to who I thought would win, but it started towards the end seeming like Blue Fox was playing her up basically. Alright, we'll be back with more crazy wrestling action after this, so don't change your trash bags or your dumpsters just yet, because we got plenty more rubbish for you all to watch. before you start digging in the cat box for gold, I would like to introduce you to Big Ben versus The Effect. Now, Big Ben is a freaking lunch thief. The guy goes in the lunchroom, raises refrigerators, eats everybody's lunch, and it just pisses me off. I can't tell you how many damn times I have to tell this guy not to touch my lunch bag when I put my shit in there. Doesn't listen. He walks in like he owns the place. He eats it all, especially if there's chicken in it. The guy can smell chicken from like 20 miles away, and it's infuriating to me that he just helps himself thinking that everyone's lunch is on his table. He's also going to be fighting Mr. Effect. Now, Mr. Effect is a prize fighter that you can pay the guy a nickel and he'll fight his mother. That's who Mr. Effect is, and I respect that. But we'll see what happens, because Big Ben is a very large man, as you can see, and he has quite a bit of a weight difference versus Mr. Effect. But Mr. Effect will basically do anything for money, which is my kind of guy. So he is definitely going to have to be modifying his tactics and fighting style for this match, as opposed to what he usually does. Now, Mr. Effect is known for punching Peterson in the head once or twice, which I absolutely adore that man for, and I approve of that type of behavior. But here comes Mr. Effect. I paid him to fight Mr. Big Ben. He said, yes, sir, no freaking problems, no drama, no nothing. I paid him the money. He comes out, he's doing the job. So we'll see if he's successful in taking this damn lunchroom bandit down, or I'm just so sick of this guy eating my lunch. Like, I just want to see him get the snot kicked out of him for this. The guy's a lunchroom thief. I mean, I guess I should have known when I signed this guy up what he was all about, but it is what it is. We're gonna move on forward, and let's continue on as Mr. Effect makes his way down to my arena here. Or my ring, rather. So, I need to... I just need to get, like, I'm in Richard's work area, I'm doing his job, I'm just irritated I even have to do this guy's job. Like, I hired a perfectly good person thinking I was doing a good deed. I let the man sleep in my broom closet in the arena, gave him food and shelter, a roof over his head, a place to sleep in the broom closet, and how does he repay me? With absolute stupidity all over my show, and just ruining it. This is why Richard's Clown Show's over, and I'm here to put the Banks regime and Banks regime wrestling going forward. Alright, Big Ben's ready, Effect's ready, let's do this. Right off the bat, I am absolutely embarrassed and already ranking this a D- match. You both botched your moves and missed it. I'm severely disappointed, especially with the miss of that dropkick and the miss of that flying punch. Now, Mr. Effect, Big Ben is, well, Big Ben. You're not going to just manhandle him like that. You're going to have to chop him down to your size, because there's clearly a size difference. And what is this again? Now we're going from a D- to an F. I'm absolutely disappointed and disgraced that this is even on my show. Like, you better start stepping your game up, gentlemen, or you guys are going to both be finding yourself back and being trained 24/7 until you can freaking perform wrestling moves correctly at the Iron Dungeon. Shouldn't even have to explain how a simple dropkick. This is the difference between S+ rank and F talent. Like, I've seen high school kids perform dropkicks better than you guys. Alright, Effect has taken Mr. Big Ben outside, trying to chop him down to the size, but there's also a difference between the length of their arms too, so Effect is at a clear disadvantage because Big Ben has a longer reach with his arms. So Effect is going to have to use his agility and basically get in close and do hit-and-run tactics if he hopes to survive fighting an opponent as big as Mr. Big Ben. Otherwise, he's going to end up basically as roadkill, as this guy's going to just cook and eat, basically because I wouldn't put it past Mr. Big Ben. Effect is definitely in trouble as Mr. Big Ben throws him back into the ring. But like I said, Effect will fight anybody for the right price. It's just who the guy is. Give the guy a nickel, tell him to go punch his mom in the face, he probably would. Or his grandma or whatever. Probably suplex her too. But that's just how he is. Guy fights for money. That's what I like to see. But right now, he isn't fighting so much. It's like, oh my... I think Big Ben just absolutely killed him. Just get the ambulance ready because that definitely broke something. Like, that guy has to weigh like 600-700 pounds, and he just jumped on him over that. Our effect is up, I guess, so he's fine. Or he's just freaking numb and can't feel all the bones that just he busted. Now, effect, you're in some deep shit, sir. You're in a torture rack combo. But you see, that's what you need to do. You need to use Big Ben's weight against him by just doing shit like that. So I'm upgrading you from an F to a D- because of that one move. However, effect is on the offense. Can he chop Big Ben down to size? The guy's definitely as thick as a tree now. That's the kind of stuff that you should be doing. Maneuvers such as that with actual strategic thinking. But like I said, there's an arm, like if you measure the man's two arms, Big Ben clearly has a reach distance on Mr. Effect. And definitely a weight advantage as well, as you clearly saw from that spear. This might be it. If Effect was smart at this point, I would just take the loss, give him the victory point, and take the pin, because it's looking like you're just setting yourself up for failure at this point with not using strategic thinking and situational awareness in a situation such as this. But maybe he'll be able to pull a fast one out with this ankle lock he has. This is the kind of shit you need to be doing, Mr. Effect, and I hope that you watch the replay afterwards and you're taking notes of the things that I'm saying, because it will definitely improve your performance. Big Ben taking him outside. What's he gonna? He's gonna plant his head right into the railing there. Effect is in definite trouble. I'm giving this match to Big Ben. I think he's gonna come out on top just based on what I'm seeing. Like, if Effect was smart, he needs to continuously do things against this guy. He can't pick him up. I mean, if he can, it would actually be impressive, but he needs to chop the tree down, basically, and use everything that Big Ben's throwing at him against him in some fashion. That's the S+ model of thinking. Alright, Big Ben grabbing Mr. Effect by the head and slamming his skull straight into the railing. I heard that all the way over here, and it sounded excruciatingly painful. Now, Big Ben has quite a few victory points, too, so one has to wonder if he's going to actually cash in and try to get himself the Dumpster King title going forward after the champions are crowned tonight. Effect, however, is trying to regain momentum, but it's just looking like Big Ben just got the size and power over him, and he can't quite figure out what he needs to do, basically. Now, anyone can win with the right mind. I believe the mind is the most dangerous weapon, and that's what you need to use to psych your opponent out and basically make him screw up so that you can find some sort of advantage and win. I believe that pretty much anyone can beat anyone with the right mindset. And that's see, that move right there, that was exactly what I'm talking about. Mr. Effect's thinking outside of the box. That flippy kick thing he did was absolutely amazing, and he should be doing more shit like that in this match instead of trying to take the fight to him and playing Big Ben's game. Big Ben's, I don't know how many more spears this man can take from Big Ben. The guy has to weigh like 600-700 pounds. Getting hit with someone of that sheer size and getting pounded on like that, you're going to have to do something, Mr. Effect, or you're not going to be coming out on top. I'm sorry to say, but it's just looking like Mr. Big Ben has this one. It's been pretty one-sided so far, with a couple exceptions of you basically being the underdog and doing things such as that, which you're going to be needing to do more of going forward. Otherwise, he's just going to rip your arms and legs off, and pretty much we're all going to watch you lose. Big Ben's just staring at him. I think he may have knocked his teeth out or something over there, but we'll definitely have the ambulance and the paramedics and the bill ready for your health pretty much, because I'm not paying for it. Like, you signed the waivers and everything, Mr. Effect, so I hope you know what you got yourself in for. And this is the type of shit I'm talking about. We absolutely are not covering your healthcare bills, but if you do the smart thing right now would be to tap out at this point, because I don't think you're gonna get it, basically, at this point. However, that was impressive. The second time we've seen him do that. However, Big Ben slams his skull into the cranium of Mr. Effect. I have to give Effect credit, though. He's lasted at least 10 minutes with this man. This man's the size of like 4 guys. We'll see what's gonna happen. Holy shit! Now, Big Ben might actually be in a little bit of trouble here, as this is why Effect works here, basically, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look at the power of this man. The guy isn't all that big, and he can pick this man up. The guy has to weigh like 600-700 pounds. So Mr. Effect definitely has the strength, but I think that I can't believe what I'm seeing. How is Mr. Effect kicking out of this? Alright, this is definitely at least a solid B match. It started off pretty rough, though. However, I think you're in some deep shit now. I don't know. I've seen Effect get up time and time again. He's definitely proving his worth, though. Effect is clearly at a disadvantage. But it's looking like this might be the end here if Mr. Big Ben can get him in. That's it. Call the paramedics and get him out there immediately while we go to a commercial or whatever. Watch Mr. Lunch Bandit, whatever, pose and do all the bullshit that he's gonna do. And he'll probably go in the back and take my damn lunch bag again, which is pissing me off. I'm gonna start docking his pay and putting freaking a lock on that damn refrigerator, but the guy will probably just eat that too, so what's the damn point? We'll be back. Call the paramedics. Mr. Effect's gonna need them. Before you go unclog your toilet, up next, we have Faith versus Mistress V. Now, I don't really like either of these two, and I really don't care who wins, and I'll tell you what, Faith is a delusional lunatic, and Mistress V is another scary vampire werewolf zombie thing that I could care less about. So, I'm just basically here hoping that there's a good match, that it's at least a B+. The last time I saw Faith, I would say she was absolutely destroyed by our champion, Connie. It was a D+, and I was disappointed and I wanted my money back. And I bet a lot of the fans felt that way as well. Well, they probably didn't because they have awful taste, but if they had actual class and taste like myself, they would have demanded a refund for that. But here we have Faith coming out here. Ooh, the lights are off. It's scary, spooky. I guess there are no lights because you know what? We're outside, you freaking idiots. So don't expect her to bring the lights on because that shit isn't happening here in this outdoor arena. Look at all these morons jumping, trying to put their hand in the fire. I specifically have safety guards and shit on there so people don't stick their damn hands out, but they do it anyway and get burned. But what can you do? People aren't smart. That's all I have to say as Faith makes her way out here to this ring. Now, I just want to at least give me a C+ match, ladies. At least a C. Try to aim high this time. At least a C+. That's all I ask for. Just a C+. I'll be happy even with a solid C, but try to impress me tonight. Now, we saw Mistress V debut, I think, a little while ago, and I can't even remember what happened with that, because there's so much bullshit that's been going on since then. But I just know that I believe she won. I think she beat Violet Wolf, that's who it was, who's... You know, she better not lift her fleas in my arena, which I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just bulldozing that place and rebuilding it anyway. So it is what it is. Alright, bring Mistress V out here. What is... What is this, a Universal Monster Movie convention? I don't understand why everyone thinks they have to be scary. You are not scary. Nobody likes the fact that you are scary. Just, like, do something different. Be like a scuba diver or something. Like, that would be way more interesting than vampires and werewolves. Spooky. Or just throw a freaking white sheet over your head and basically call yourself Boo, the Ghost. Because that's basically how impressive you are. And how original this is. I'm just... I don't know. Does that woman have chocolate syrup all over her face too? That's absolutely filthy and disgusting. Go take a bath, lady. Jeez. Have some self-respect. Alright, Mistress V walking out here. Fighting Faith. Hoping for at least a C match. I'm assuming it's gonna be like a D- match. Probably an F+. We'll see. You know, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not really a fan of either person. Mistress V hasn't even been here that long, and she's already got chocolate syrup all over her face, whatever, probably in the back, trying to act all scary or whatever, with her fake teeth or whatever, and... You know, she probably is eating all the dessert while Big Ben's snatching all the damn chicken out of the fridge. She's probably in the freezer eating all the damn ice cream, because she's an ice cream vampire or whatever. Sucking all the chocolate syrup out, and probably, that's absolutely filthy and disgusting. Remind me to throw all the damn chocolate syrup out. Who knows what she did to it? She probably, like, licked the nozzle and shit, which is unsanitary and I don't like it. Alright, Peterson, I hope you honestly just disqualify them both, but we'll see what they can do. Faith going for actually, I'm impressive-looking dropkick slide there. Can't really badmouth that move too much, because I use it. I really don't care who if these two destroy each other or not. It honestly makes no difference to me. I just have to watch it, unfortunately. Basically... because I need to see who I'm giving a victory point to, but we'll see what happens. Alright, Faith going for a crazy leg drop. That actually looked pretty painful. Looks like she's gonna do it again, which doesn't surprise me because she's another one of those... She's another John Ewing, basically. Can't win a match legitly, so she has to resort to cheating tactics, and this other lady here's got chocolate syrup all over her damn face as she kicks the knee of Faith, basically pounding on her kneecap. She's probably like, "Where is the chocolate syrup?" Or some such nonsense, probably with a horrible accent like that, so make sure you hide it from her so she doesn't get any of it. Absolutely unsanitary, eating the chocolate syrup straight out of the nozzle. So disgusting. You pour it in the damn cup, or on your ice cream. You don't just suck it straight out of the bottle. Faith going for a queen suplex, looking to end this soon. Hopefully, the pain for the rest of us. Of course, all the little Faith of Maniacs or whatever out there with the little shirts, but think they're cool with that. Whatever, at least I'm selling t-shirts out of this shit, making money. That's the only good thing that's coming out of this match. I am making a profit off of it, and at least I can say that. Now I just have to make a note to throw out the damn chocolate Hershey syrup bottle or whatever, because looks to me like she just is so disgusting. People got so just absolutely filthy manners and whatnot. What is she doing? She's trying to choke Faith out. We'll see if she's victorious or not here. How much longer do I have to sit through this? Faith is absolutely being destroyed by the chocolate syrup vampire, whatever. I don't know. Like, it is what it is. She's looking a little disappointed by that 2 count. You know, a little wink, wink, little bribe to Peterson in the back. You ask Mr. Ewing about it. I'm sure he'll show you how to bribe Peterson. And I have to say, that was an impressive backstabber. I use that move. Of course, I do it better, but who could do it better than me? Nobody. But it is what it is. I would say this match is probably a solid C so far. I haven't seen anything that's absolutely hated other than the participants, but as long as these idiots jumping up and down are happy, giving me money, buying merchandise, I don't really care that much. Alright, this lady, Mistress V's going to the top rope. She better land this, and it looks like she did, and it looks like Faith might be down for the count here. So, Faith, I hope you didn't have any chocolate syrup in the back, because it's looking like this lady probably ate it all. Faith goes for that queen suplex of hers again. Maybe she'll actually get lucky and pull a win here. I don't know. Chocolate syrup lady's looking a little angry, grabbing Faith by the horns and pounding her head. There's like 3 straight headbutts in a row, and Faith has those horn things on, so one has to wonder whose head got hurt more. But it's looking like the chocolate syrup mistress won, so I'm buying the lock for the damn refrigerators. I hate all you guys. Just stay the hell out. Big Ben, this is Big Ben's wife, Mistress V, and she's another lunchroom bandit from what I could tell, and that's pretty much all I could say. Enjoy the replay. I'm going on my phone right now, and I'm ordering some damn locks, and hopefully they can't eat them. Alright, mutants, before you start growing third limbs, I personally have requested to see this match. Our very first Universal Empress, and probably one of 2 because we're retiring that belt, Gwen Cassidy versus someone that I think is completely underrated, and that's Jackie Brown. Now, I can't really badmouth Gwen Cassidy all that much because she went through everybody and she became the first Universal Empress and the very first champion of Bates Regime Wrestling. So, I have nothing bad to say about her because that's what success looks like. And you know what? Even though she's a Void Minion and I completely disagree with that, I like this new attitude change. She isn't sucking up and brown-nosing all you little mutants in the crowd anymore with buck teeth and freaking hair on your knuckles or whatever. She knows what's up and she's out for herself now, and I respect that at least about her. But here comes someone that is absolutely should have won several matches and has performed extremely well, and that's Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown is an absolute she's definitely going places. She just needs to take a couple more steps. But every single match I've seen this woman in has been absolutely phenomenal. At least A+ to S- range. She just needs a couple boosts to get quite over the top here. So we're going to see how she performs against a former champion, Gwen Cassidy, going forward here as Miss Jackie Brown comes down the ring here. And basically, we're going to get this going soon. So change your depends or whatever and sit out, because I have a feeling this one's going to probably be long, because Jackie's matches usually are at least 15 minutes tops. Alright, Jackie's in the ring. Where the hell's Peterson at? Get your worthless ass in the ring and get this going here. I suppose Jackie isn't done spinning around yet doing her thing, which she absolutely deserves to do, because it's nice to actually have people here in this ring that I think are winners for once. But we're going to see how this goes going forward. Peterson rings the damn bell. Jackie immediately goes for the attack, but Gwen rolls around. Jackie does some very intelligent maneuvers, such as myself, which I've used maneuvers where I've done things like that and deflected people. Jackie, you are not going to pin Gwen Cassidy that fast. I don't know why you're trying. However, I admire your ruthlessness and the fact that you're basically insulting and playing mind games with your opponent. That's the kind of attitude and mentality a winner should have. Gwen throws Jackie into the turnbuckle and goes for it. Looks like a... Oh my... That absolutely was amazing how Jackie got out of that. Did you see how she utilized her knee, which she was lifted up to the suplex to knee Gwen Cassidy in the head and basically reverse it? That's the S+ rank mentality I'm talking about that so many of you lack here. Gwen going back on offense, going for that crazy... Well, I thought she was going to go for a facebuster, but that actually surprised me. However, Jackie's trying to rip Gwen's arm out of her socket, but Gwen's looking a little pissed off and reversing it there. I will say, I like Jackie Brown's fighting style a lot, and we're probably going to see more of her going forward. I'd love to see more of her going forward. I think she's eventually going to be a future champion herself, and the way she's been performing here lately. It's just she puts off amazing matches, but she can't for whatever reason get the victory, and we're going to send her to the Iron Dungeon and find out what is up with that, and we are going to work on her, and we are going to make it so that she basically can get to the point that she needs to be at. And I think this match is going to help her out fighting a former champion like Gwen Cassidy, as Gwen goes for a finishing move. However, I don't think this is going to be the end for Jackie Brown. Just saying. That's just my opinion on it. For once, I actually agree with all these screaming idiots with buck teeth in the crowd, because this actually is a good match so far. I'm giving it like an A, a solid A at the moment, but we'll see how this goes. A brilliant facebuster by Miss Brown. I have to say, Gwen's looking mighty impressive as well here, because you can't really take the fact away from her. Like I said, she ran through everybody and was our first champion. Hopefully she can regain her thing. I don't really agree with her Void Minion decision, but like I said, it is what it is, and we'll see what happens going forward here on Banks Regime Wrestling with Gwen Cassidy and Jackie Brown. It's looking like Jackie got a 2 count there. Alright, we're 5 minutes into this match, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, Jackie and Gwen usually pull off 10-20 minutes, so let's see if they're gonna be, how long they're able to go going forward here. See, yeah, exactly, Gwen. That's the kind of mentality you have to have. It's like she's hearing my voice even though I'm in the commentating booth doing this. Absolutely impressed. No one's botched a single move yet. Everybody, it's been going back and forth. I can't tell who's going to win. I'm on the edge of my seat here, wondering who I should end up rolling with, but this is the kind of match I want to see. I hate it when it's so one-sided, and you can tell who's going to win, but it's looking like maybe Gwen got dazed or is playing possum or something. I'm not quite sure what's going on. As she goes for a kick and Jackie very intelligently grabs the leg. However, look at the absolute skill of Gwen Cassidy if she spins around and uses the momentum of Jackie Brown against her. I can't tell who's winning this match. This is the kind of match I like watching. 1 versus 1, where you can't tell who's winning. It seems very evenly matched, and only super extremely well-placed maneuvers that are used with master tactics. I can't even talk, I'm so excited. Masterful tactics are basically displayed, and that ends up edging out who the winner and the victor is and claims the victory point. Jackie is regaining the offense here, but Gwen isn't looking like she's having any of it, but Jackie's slamming her head into the mat. Looks like she's going to go for some crazy off-the-top rope shit. Let's hope that she at least lands it or can recover for it if she misses. See, that is how you execute a damn drop kick off the top rope. You all should be taking notes from Jackie Brown here because she clearly could do it. Look, she's going to do it again. However, Gwen does the intelligent thing and puts her knees up and actually damages her opponent and regains somewhat of a momentum, but it's looking like Jackie is working on her arm, trying to rip it out of the damn socket. Jackie throwing Gwen outside of the ring, which is extremely impressive, and it's looking like they're going to take it outside to our commentating team, which I haven't yet to hire a commentating team. I don't even know why I have that table there, because every time I try to get a Spanish crew in here, for whatever reason or not, we have subcontracting issues and just there's issues. But I promise, going forward, we will get the Spanish announce team out here to do their jobs for our Spanish-speaking fans in the audience so that they can enjoy commentating. Not quite as good as mine, of course, because I can't be at 2 places at once, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. But we're definitely going to get that Spanish announce team hired eventually after this pay-per-view, 100% for sure going forward, as Gwen Cassidy throws Jackie Brown into the ring. However, Jackie's like, you could throw me out, but I'm coming back out to give it to you back out here, as they continue the vicious assault on Gwen Cassidy. It's looking like she's going to bust her face into the mat there. You guys are lucky my carpet isn't out here, and this is a rental arena. I'm making a killing off the show anyway, so it's actually making more money with this. This might be a trend going forward. However, I do like having my Lemon Fresh arena, and when I bulldoze the old one and make the new one, I can tell you what, I ain't going to be playing any of the shit that I've been doing so far. Jackie and Gwen are just going to war. This match is absolutely on fire, and I'm ranking it at least a solid S at this point. I'm absolutely impressed. No one's botched anything. Everyone's landing everything. It's been going on for nearly 10 minutes now, and it's not looking like it's going to stop anytime soon. This is the type of match I want to see every single one of you going forward perform, because this is what I deserve. This is what you were signed here to do, and it's like a lot of you here can't quite comprehend that you need to get off your asses and put in the damn work like these two are doing right now. This is what I want to see from everyone going forward. I can't even tell who's winning this damn match yet. Gwen and Jackie are so evenly matched that, honestly, it's just an unfortunate set of circumstances that Jackie just hasn't been able to win. But like I said, we're going to get her in that Iron Banks dungeon, and we are going to be training the hell out of everyone. And I'll tell you what, we have some new trainers that aren't going to put up with any of your whining bullshit, and you're going to be getting shit done so that you can perform matches such as this every single time. We are past 10 minutes, and they are still beating the shit out of each other and slamming each other's skulls into the mat, and that's what I like to see. I can't even tell who's winning. It's absolutely phenomenal so far. You know what? This is the first S+ match I've seen all damn night. This is the absolute best match of the night so far to me. I want all of you to take notes and pay attention. not screwing up moves, actually landing attacks. This moves is where like this one's going 20 minutes at least. It's absolutely phenomenal. No one's cheating and using weapons, at least sanctioned cheating, as I like to call it, extreme rules or whatever. They're following the rules, they're actually competing, they're actually highly skilled. These two deserve to be here. The rest of you need to reevaluate and take a look at these two going forward, because that's pretty much how I see it. Gwen absolutely pulls off a phenomenal counter there. She's going for, Gwen going for a dirty pin. Like that's, you know, see, that's the kind of strategic thinking. Peterson isn't looking, he doesn't pay attention, and while that is kind of known as a dirty pin, I'm sorry, these fans, they smell so bad, they're just messing up my air, my oxygen. I would tax them for freaking being here. I think I'm going to up the ticket prices at the next show, or I'm just going to make an arena basically where just, like, the fans can't even come, but they have to, like, watch on the internet or something. I really wish I could do that. I suppose at some point we'll try something like that, but who knows? Alright, Gwen throwing Jackie outside. They are absolutely just tearing the shit out of each other outside with no sign of who's on top. I still can't decide if Jackie or Gwen's going to come out on top yet. However, Jackie just slams the skull of Gwen's face, or rather, she just slammed her damn skull into the Spanish announce table. I really need to get a team hired in here. I keep setting it up, and they have it set up all the damn time, and it ends up just being a billboard, basically, to look pretty. But like I said, we're going to get that team in here next time we're on air. 100% guarantee it. Look at the power of Jackie as she just holds her like that. I think Jackie might be starting to edge out on this one. It's really looking like there's a high probability now. Little bit, I'd say about 2% chance Jackie's going to come out on top. But I don't know, I've seen Gwen do some crazy shit in the past, and she might pull something out, and we'll see. But it's looking like the pendulum is starting to swing in Jackie Brown's favor. Maybe she's actually going to pull one off here. Jackie goes for a power slam. It's looking like she's going for a cover. This might be it. But I would expect no less from our former champion, Gwen Cassidy, as she kicks out. Gwen punishing her with those hard punches to the back. And it's looking like Gwen's going for that crazy... Now, that move looked absolutely excruciatingly painful, if I do say so myself. I'm going to take notes on that one because that actually looked impressive. Grabbing someone and flinging them down like a freaking catapult. Gwen's looking like she's getting ready to finish this, but can she? Will she be able to pin Jackie Brown? This might be it here. I'm on the edge of my seat. So close, but only a 2. Gwen going for a flippy moonsault there. I gotta get some better ventilation, and I'm gonna make sure I get that going forward in my arena, because this rental arena sucks. I hate this booth. It's not as good as mine. Mustard stains all over this guy's chair or whatever. I don't know what the hell goes on here. Baseball, basketball games or something. And we're still going at it 15 minutes later, exactly like I said. This is now, that is the first botch of the night, but after... I don't know, I lost my train of thought what I was saying. One botch isn't bad. This match has been absolutely phenomenal and fantastic. Why can't the rest of you perform like this? You all should be ashamed of yourselves, because Gwen Cassidy and Jackie Brown have just showed you the hell up. And Jackie Brown defeats Gwen Cassidy. That was absolutely fabulous, fantastic match. Neither of these ladies have anything to be embarrassed about. She finally gets a win. I think this is a big moment for Jackie Brown as she just defeats the former Universal Empress, and probably one of 2 only ever Universal Empresses, as that belt is now retired for the new Queen of Agony title, which you will all be seeing later on here tonight as you watch this replay. I am going in the back for a minute. I need to get a water or something. I will be right back. We'll just have a little commercial or whatever, or something for you to watch. Just 1 second going forward. Hold on a second. Alright, cretins and miscreants, this next match is gonna go down in the history books. How many other promotions can say they've actually legitly had a legit mirror match? Because that's what's happening right now. I don't know what the hell's going on with Charles. I don't know what the hell's going on with Hypnosis, Charles as we call him, but I'll tell you what, there's another guy running around calling himself Hypnosis, doing a bunch of weird shit going on, and now Charles is calling himself Hypnosis Omega, so you know what? We're settling this shit tonight. At least I hope we can, at some point, but Charles is coming out. Now Charles, as some of you know, he used to be my arch enemy. He started out as my friend. We were arch enemies for about at least 10, 12 years, who knows. This guy gets in your head. This guy is not someone you want to piss off, and I would much rather have him as an ally than an enemy gunning for me. But we put our differences aside, basically, because we both had the same damn agenda we realized going forward. And I have no idea what the hell he's doing. I have no idea what the hell he's thinking. I haven't seen or talked to him for a while. All I know is he said this other Hypnosis is showing up, and now there's another guy calling himself Hypnosis. So what I hope happens at the end of this damn match is Charles comes out here, whoops this imposter's ass, stuffs him in the dumpster, and we can forget about him and move on going forward with the agenda business as Mr. Charles comes out here with one of the most impressive damn entrances I have ever seen in my entire life, if I am being completely honest. It's so impressive and expensive, actually, that I don't think I'm going to be able to do this going forward, because this pyro costs a serious amount of cash. I'm going to get to the bottom of this, too. There's a lot of really weird and strange things going around here lately, and by far, this is one of the strangest, craziest things I've ever seen. Another guy calling himself Hypnosis, Hypnosis Alpha, the first Hypnosis. I've heard him talk a little bit, but absolutely crazy and ridiculous what's going on with this. I have no idea what's going on with this, and we're going to find out at least who's going to be victorious here, because I know Charles has been lurking in the background wanting to get his hands on this guy finally, and we're going to find out who the better of the two Hypnosises are once and for all going forward. Now this guy, I don't really know much about him. He just shows up basically, and he basically does the Hypnosis thing. He basically has control of all of the Hypnosis puppets, and as far as I'm concerned, from what little Charles has told me, he's the first Hypnosis, whatever the hell that means. Like, I guess there's a lot more to all this stuff that he does or whatever. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this and figure it all out eventually, but I'm too busy running my damn company and booking matches to really pay attention to every little insignificant detail. But I hope Charles pretty much ends this imposter and kicks him the hell out of here, because I'm not paying this guy. I don't know who this guy is, and I've never even seen his face, to be honest. At least I've seen Charles' face, but I've never seen this guy's face. I have no idea who he is, or if he even has a face, for all I know. The guy... Alright, but no other promotion ever has done an actual mirror match. There are two Hypnosises in the ring. Hypnosis versus Hypnosis. Let's see what happens. Basically, they just both mimic each other so well that, like, it's absolutely crazy, this guy's mimicry skills. I don't know, maybe we should call him Mr. Mime or some shit. We'll find out which one's better at the end of the day. I'm sorry, I'm drinking a tea here because I'm just running out of breath from this poor air ventilation in this horrible rental arena. They could at least upgrade this shit so someone like my stature can actually breathe in air here. Alright, Peterson, hypnosis versus hypnosis. Let's do this. Let's see which hypnosis is better here on Vindicated. Right off the bat, Charles, I'm just gonna call him Charles and the Imposter. It's just for freaking simplicity, so I'm understanding. But the Imposter's beating the hell out of Charles, but Charles is countering it. Now, I don't really know what to make of this, but you could clearly see they're definitely different men. This isn't another puppet or something. This is something completely different that even I've never seen before. And I've been after Charles's ass for years and years and years. And it took a while for him to surface again. However, we have a truce and an alliance now, like I've said. Despite this guy, he's basically my nemesis. We both basically have the same goals in the wrestling industry, which is why we are now formed our agenda group. Alright, they're taking it outside. The Imposter's got Charles in a rude awakening combo. He's definitely using the same exact style that Charles does. Charles and I used to be a tag team called the $1 Million Mafia. It had to have been 12, 13 years ago at this point, before our little situation happened. But I could basically tell you that him and I have similar fighting styles. We're hoping to maybe change it up and make ourselves a little different going forward, but we'll see what happens. The Imposter is clearly dominating Charles at this point, which is actually scary because I can't imagine anyone worse than Charles. Charles is one of the scariest real-life people I know. Like, he actually backs up what he says, at least as far as my experiences with them go. This is not a guy that you want to screw around with or piss off, because let me tell you, all of the shit that he does is absolutely 100% real. Unlike a lot of other people I see, which may or not be real, you know, I don't know, maybe they actually are vampires or whatever, but I don't know, they just don't look believable to me. Charles, though, I've dealt with, and I know that he isn't full of shit. However, it's looking like he's just repeating the same kick over and over again. This must be one of his mind tricks that he's using on this other Imposter. However, the Imposter breaks the loop or whatever. Charles is going for those crazy combos of his. It's looking like he's going for a cover. Charles looks a little frustrated, which I would be too. This Imposter's definitely taking a lot of damage, and Charles is throwing everything he possibly can at him, but this guy just keeps getting up as we've seen time and time again. Damn, this installation. However, the Imposter's throwing some combos at his own. He's definitely excellent at mimicking. I mean, one theory I've heard is that this guy's mirror image and he's just projecting his own fear back at him. But that actually sounds like it could be feasible, but I don't really know if mirror image could do that type of things. But I think it's something else. But I suppose we'll see. Charles looks all fired up as he's going after this Imposter. However, the Imposter's retaliating, but Charles pulls a deep six out and starts doing some martial arts poses when he should just be focusing on ending this guy if he's a cheap imitation. At least that's how I'm seeing it. But I think there's more to this other hypnosis than meets the eye, and I'm not sure if this actually will be the last time we see him or not. As Charles goes for another combo, this is looking like it might be over pretty soon. Charles counters with the Rude Awakening. He's going for a cover, but will he get the 3 from Peterson? Not quite yet, so you're going to have to... This guy definitely... Well, we've seen this. If he does this, it's probably over. Here comes the sweep of doom, and it's probably one of the last times we might see this. For all I know, Charles is going to need to change his fighting style up if this guy's going to stick around, because that's the only thing I can think of. This guy knows all of his moves. Maybe he's just some crazed fan or whatever that's just trying to copy him. He's doing a pretty good job, but Charles is showing him that you don't really screw around with the original. I don't know, though. He's back on his feet. This guy just keeps getting up after everything being thrown at him. Charles counters and drops him on his head. I've never actually seen what this other guy's looked like under the mask, so he could be basically anybody for all I know. Charles punishing this guy for stealing his look, which I would too. I mean, I don't necessarily like Charles all that much, but like I said, we're in an alliance of convenience or whatever, but I think this might be it. He's got a penny pincher on him, and Charles is pretty good at that move as well. Charles and I perfected that move years ago. Alright, but this guy kicks out of it. This guy's serious business. I think he's definitely going to be a threat if he ends up sticking around here, but we'll see what happens. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on the edge of I can't tell if it's Charles or the imposter, like Charles just throws everything he has at this guy and he just keeps getting back up, and it's looking like he's going off the top ropes here. However, it looks like he screwed that up. Charles is capitalizing on it with the Russian leg sweep. Twisting facebuster on the imposter. It's looking like Charles is going to the second rope. However, he screws that up, which is probably going to cost him. However, Charles reverses it, maybe with some sort of elaborate trap or whatever. I don't know. He just whacked the shit out of him with that combo, and it's looking like he's going for the cover. This could be it. We might see Charles does it. He defeats the imposter. Maybe now we can get some peace around here and return things to normal or whatever, but I highly doubt that. I don't think this guy's quite done yet. But Charles is definitely victorious as this imposter hypnosis rolls out of the ring. Charles is looking extremely proud of himself, and he should be, since this guy's low. Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't think they're going to probably take this shit back to the back. You don't just steal another guy's gimmick, basically, and walk away from it. Charles is definitely punishing the shit out of this guy. Alright, we'll be back in a little bit here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time for our double feature main event, and I can't explain to you the pure raw emotion of the magnitude of this moment. Mr. Payne really was looking forward to this match with Mr. CJ Frost, and unfortunately he can't be here tonight due to his tragic loss. However, Mr. CJ Frost is making his way out to the ring. I believe he has a new look. Maybe he chose to honor his former champion by not having music, or maybe it's just a style choice, but here he comes, Mr. CJ Frost, our dumpster king, who fought long and hard to earn the #1 contender spot, making his way out for this Hell in a Cell championship match. Sorry if I'm getting a little choked up here as well. This isn't an easy thing for me to call. I know how much Mr. Payne was looking forward to this match. However, we've asked his brother, Mr. Yuri Connor, to come out and carry the new title, the King of Pain, in his name and take his place and give Mr. Frost an opponent. Now, Mr. Yuri Connor is not the King of Pain champion. He is just simply bringing it out and showing everyone the King of Pain title and carrying the belt in Pain's honor to the ring, which I think he will do a phenomenal job of. Mr. Frost is making his way in, and we await Mr. Yuri Connor. Mr. Frost is looking rather spiffy, I do have to say. Longtime friend of ours, an agenda member. Alright, Mr. Frost could be very well the first King of Pain champion ever and make history in Banks Regime Wrestling, but we'll see if he has what it takes to defeat the Reaper, Mr. Yuri Connor, who is successful against Mr. Robin the Mischievous early. And here comes Mr. Yuri Connor representing his brother Pain with our brand new King of Pain championship. Just gonna shut up and let everyone enjoy this moment. Mr. Connor showing everyone our brand new King of Pain title, but does he have what it takes to keep it? Or will it be Mr. Frost? We're going to be finding out really soon here as Mr. Yuri Connor honors his brother with his outfit. It's unfortunate, but the show must go on. Mr. Pain would want it to go on, and that's what it's all about right there. Our brand new King of Pain championship. Mr. Frost needs no introductions. Everyone knows who he is and what he's absolutely capable of doing and what he did to be standing here right now. Though we really wanted to work with Mr. Pain from my understanding, but I know Mr. Frost is going to give it his all regardless, even if it is Mr. Yuri Connor. And I know Mr. Yuri Connor is honored to be holding that title right there and bringing his, bringing the honor of our former Universal Champion, Mr. Pain, with them. Like I said, this is an emotional moment even for me. Mr. Connor's ready as he hands over the King of Pain title as our very first King of Pain champion will be crowned tonight. Hopefully both men will make Mr. Pain proud. I'm assuming they will. I'm assuming if Mr. Pain is watching, and I'm sure he is somewhere, he'd absolutely love this title, and he'd absolutely love the absolute ass beatings that are about to take place as Peterson rings the bell, and we're on our path to making a new champion as Mr. Connor goes straight on offense. Mr. Connor rolls Mr. Frost up. Now, it's the first 2 out of 3 falls for this. The second match with Connie. No one wants to see Connie for 20 minutes, so sorry ladies, it's gonna be pretty much whoever wins the first time. I'm sure no one wants to see Connie for 20 minutes, so, plus it's past Connie's bedtime anyway, she gets cranky, and you know how Sherman is with this about Connie, so 1 fall for the Queen of Agony this time. Just this time. Next time it will be 2 out of 3, I promise. Mr. Connor works on Mr. Frost outside the ring. Mr. Frost, however, definitely wants this title. He wants to make history. He wants to go down as the first King of Pain. But I know Mr. Connor definitely is going to want this title as well, but he's going to have to fight for it if he wants it. Now, Mr. Frost actually defeated Mr. Ralph the Rectum Wrecker, and he defeated Mr. Yuri Connor basically to be here for this match. And I know, like I said, Mr. Pain was looking forward to this. Yuri fighting back as best he can to get out of that hole that Mr. Frost had him in. Frost got him in a headlock, but the headlock isn't going to stop a Reaper as Mr. Connor breaks out of it. Going for another headlock. However, that was an absolute crazy head cutter with the leg. I've never seen anything quite like that, actually. That's the first time I think I've ever seen that move. However, Yuri has him up, and he spins him down on that slamming. I'm all choked up from this. Give me a second to get a drink here. Frost regaining control, going for Mr. Connor. Suplexes him. Got 17 minutes and 34 seconds on the timer. There will be a winner to this match one way or another. Yuri taking his time, getting up, looks Frost in the eye. Frost isn't having it. Frost clotheslines him. Frost throws Connor in the turnbuckle. Goes for another devastating clothesline, bashing his skull basically. However, it doesn't faze Mr. Connor. He just gets up and basically goes into a meditative trance, channeling his inner pain for guidance or some such. Looks like Frost rolls out of the ring. Probably a smart thing to do, as Mr. Connor's definitely taking control of this match so far. Yuri on the offense, chasing Mr. CJ around the corner. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. Like I said, I'm feeling the weight of this moment, basically. Frost getting up, counterattacking, knocking Mr. Connor over the ropes. CJ throws Connor back into the ring. Alright, Yuri's clotheslines him back out of the ring. Holy shit, this is getting good. Now, Mr. Connor, like I said, he was in my Banks regime. He's no laughing matter, and he's not someone you want to take lightly, CJ Frost or not. Now, CJ Frost is a multi-time champion himself otherwise. He's had multiple titles elsewhere, and this guy's no joke or pushover either, so this match actually is extremely interesting to me, because both these men are good friends of mine, one way or another, despite our differences, and I can tell you basically, like, I couldn't even choose between the two and tell you who's gonna win this. To me, this is like watching Clash of the Titans, basically, you know, like, basically, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless, basically. I've never seen a match of this caliber, basically, unless I was in it. But like I said, these are two good friends of mine, and I know they're going to beat the hell out of each other, and they're going to be tearing each other up for this title. Only one of them's walking out of here with it, unfortunately. I wish I could give it to both, but that's not the way it works. You all know that. There has to be a winner, so we'll see how this goes here. It's looking like Yuri's coming out on top at the moment, though. He's sizing Mr. Frost up, but Mr. Frost may have a new trick or two up his sleeves. We'll see. Yuri goes for his famous rolling cutter, basically. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm not sure if he has a name for it, or his guillotine throw, or whatever he calls it. I'll have to get with him about that later. Just like I said, I'm a bit choked up at the magnitude of this match. Frost going for a lot of like neck holds towards the working on the head there, and a lot of headlocks so far. Both men definitely have similar strategies going. They're trying to basically weaken or tire the other opponent out, maybe put him to sleep or whatever. However, Mr. Connor is basically on top of this so far. You got 13 minutes left to go. I'm not disappointed with what I've been seeing so far. Mr. Connor drops Mr. Frost on his head. However, Frost just gets up like it doesn't even faze him. Connor picks him up and puts him in a submission hold of his own, but will he get Mr. Frost taps? Frost taps. Yuri has 1 point. All he needs is one more point, and he's walking out of here as our very first King of Pain champion. Ladies and gentlemen, just one more point if he could get it. But Mr. Frost, on the other hand, if he wants a chance, he needs to score a point quickly on Mr. Connor, because like I said, Mr. Connor is no laughing matter. He needs to get on straight offense and just like start unloading combos or moves like a cutter like that, which could be a game changer here going forward. Yuri picking up Mr. Frost, looking to end this, but Mr. Frost is definitely not going to be, like I said, this is for the very first King of Pain champion. This is no laughing matter. Mr. Frost is going to be throwing everything he has at Mr. Connor in the kitchen sink at this point, because he absolutely just has to if he wants to win this title and secure this title that he's worked so hard to even be in this match, basically. Alright, looks like Mr. Frost is just going absolutely berserk on Mr. Yuri and just unloading haymaker after haymaker on him, which is exactly what you're going to have to do. You're just going to have to out-brute force Mr. Connor at this point. It's looking like maybe Mr. Frost is turning the tides a little bit, but it's looking like it's taking a toll on him. So the smart thing to do right now would be basically to try to get him to tap out or something. Alright, Yuri's tapped out. Oh my god, we are at 1-1. The next point wins. This is anyone's game here. This is absolutely crazy. We have 11 minutes and 13 seconds. There will be a winner, I promise you that. CJ's at 1, Yuri's at 1. Yuri looking to go for his spinning rolling cutter guillotine or whatever he calls it. I think that's what he calls it. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I'm sure he'll correct me later, especially if he becomes the first King of Pain champion. Alright, Frost taking this outside. However, Mr. Connor's not going to be so easily overpowered. Frost thrown back into the ring by Yuri. Yuri slides back in. Yuri working on Mr. Frost. Yuri definitely, I can't tell who's going to win. These guys are, like I said, they're good friends of mine, both of them. They're pretty evenly matched from what I'm seeing. But we'll see going forward what happens. Alright, CJ and Yuri are still going at it. Next point wins. We have 9 minutes and 43 seconds left on the clock. There will be a King of Pain crowned tonight, no matter what happens. The clock runs out. We're going into sudden death. We're going to see what happens. Yuri picking Mr. Frost up with one of his classic moves. Roundhouse kick to the face. This could be it. Mr. Yuri might be able to secure it. Yuri picks Mr. Frost up by the back of the head and tries to tap him out. Frost taps out, this is it. However, Mr. CJ kicks out of it, or elbows his way out of it. I can't talk. Like I said, this is a pretty big moment for me. This is one of the hardest matches I've ever had to call. I think a lot of people know that. Frost just drops Yuri with a super kick right to the face. Looks like he might be knocked out, but Yuri gets up pissed. However, he walks right into whatever Mr. Frost is about to do. So he drops him head first on the ropes. CJ goes for some sort of chokehold on Yuri. However, Yuri doesn't tap out. He kicks him upside the head. It's looking like both men are going to want to tap each other out, basically. And I know both men, and I know that that's basically what they like to do, and I can tell you basically that that's might be how it ends, and if that's how it ends, that's how it ends. There's not much I can do, but It's looking like that's it. Mr. CJ Frost, congratulations. You are our very first King of Pain champion. Mr. Connor, you represented your brother well. You carried his legacy into the ring, and for that we thank you, sir. But Mr. CJ Frost was the better man tonight. He's walking away as our very first King of Pain champion on Banks Regime Wrestling, and that's all I got for this. Alright, we're back with the second half of our double feature main event. Up next, we have the absolute wrecking ball, the destroyer Connie herself coming out here. Connie absolutely just levels absolutely everyone. That I think she's only lost actually one match here on Banks Regime Wrestling. She has probably the best record here in the entire company. I mean, I have to give it to her. I have only seen her lose maybe one or two matches. Like, her and Gwen Cassidy literally have the best record here. I would have to go back and double check that. I'm sorry I got all choked up during the last match. I'm going to try to move forward here and call this out better, but like I said, no one wants to see Connie for 20 minutes, much less smell Connie for 20 minutes. So I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but this is not a big special match. This is just one fall. Whoever wins, wins. We hope it's Kaiva. We're praying it's Kaiva. It's probably going to be Connie. I'm just saying, I'm rooting for Kaiva, but I have to say the odds are in Connie's favor. Connie has absolutely destroyed and decimated every single person that is and lady that's been in her path, and I think it's going to continue. I want to know who's going to stop Connie. Who among you ladies is going to step up and stop the Connie? That's what I want to know. We all hate how bad she smells, but you have to give her the credit. You have to. She's the champion. She's earned it. She defeated Gwen Cassidy in an amazing match. She comes out here and she destroys all the competition. Like, literally, she shuts everyone out. And she has no sign of stopping. And look how happy she is coming out here with our brand new Queen of Agony title. Replacing the Universal Empress title will now be the Queen of Agony title. Look how happy she is coming out here. I really hope Kaiva has what it takes to take that belt away from her, but before she smells it all up with her old senior citizen smell, but it is what it is. Connie is a freaking wrecking ball, and if I had to place a bet right now, the odds are in Connie's favor. They just are. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. That's how I'm seeing it. Alright, Connie's showing everyone her new toy. And showing everyone else what basically they're not gonna get. Now, I will say this, Pain will forever be the Universal Champion on my show. I'm never giving that belt to anyone else. Don't ask for it. It's not going anywhere. It stays where it belongs. Basically, and that's it. Same thing with the Universal Empress title. Like, they're basically retired, and that is it. No one else is getting these titles. It's the King of Pain and the Queen of Agony going forward. Now, Miss Kaiva Daniels fought long and hard and defeated Blue Fox to be here, and I hope she has what it takes to dethrone the champion, but like I said, the odds are in Connie's favor, but Kaiva looks pretty confident she's going to be taking Connie down, but we'll see. Connie doesn't look too worried or upset, and I know it's past her bedtime and she's cranky and probably hungry too, according to what Sherman's told me, but Connie's just laughing at her basically at this point. We'll see if she has what it takes to keep it. Like I said, this is going to be a doozy, which no one wants to see Connie for 20 minutes. I think everyone agrees no one wants to see Connie for 20 minutes. So we are basically just one fall. That's it. Whoever gets the first pinfall or submission is the new champion. If anyone doesn't like this or anyone objects to this later, then we'll work something out. But right now, I can only stand about. I really hope. I can't stand or tolerate the smell of Connie for 20 minutes. Please understand, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long pay-per-view. Connie is immediately going after the they're going for those dragon screws, which everyone likes to try to outdo each other with. Kaiva grabs Connie for a dragon screw. Connie grabs Kaiva for a dragon screw. I'm all tongue-tied. Way too many dragon screws going on here, ladies. I'm gonna have to say you need to do something else. Like, honestly, wouldn't it be funny, though, if literally they just had a dragging screw contest and settled it that way? Like, I think that would be absolutely hysterical. I mean, they literally did like 10 or 15 in a row there. Connie picking Kaiva up and dropping her on the back of her head with that rolling suplex move she's doing. Still has her in it. I don't know. I think Connie's gonna retain. Like, she just shows no weakness whatsoever. She just decimates all her opponents. Say what you want and hope what you want. It's a matter of what Connie decides basically at this point. Connie has, like, Kaiva going for a combo. Can she dethrone the Connie, though? Good thing Richard and Sherman aren't here, because if Connie wins this, I guarantee you they would have heart attacks too. And I don't need that on my conscience right now, despite the fact I can't stand those two freaking filthy miscreants. I'm glad they're not here right now. That's all I'm saying. Connie, you are way too old and unsightly to be doing that. Please stop. There are children in the crowd. I respect you're the champion, but this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. This is the kind of shit you do that makes everyone hate you. You don't need to be doing that. You are like in your 80s. No one wants to see an 80-year-old twerking. Please stop. My poor eyes need bleach. And so does everyone else's in the crowd and everyone else watching at home. Eye bleach for everyone. I wish there was a way we could censor out things like that. Alright, Kaiva's looking like she's taking control of this match. Maybe she could actually defeat Connie and reclaim the Queen of Agony Championship. But regardless, as it stands, Connie technically was the Universal Empress, so no matter what, Connie is the very first Queen of Agony, regardless of if she loses this match or if she wins this match, simply because she held on to that title. And the fact that she's here in the ring with us now, that makes her the very first Queen of Agony. Let's see if she can keep it. Kaiva lifts Connie over the ropes and suplexes her into the mat. Connie just drops her on her whole body, pretty much, flinging her in the air. Kaiva going for a cover, and this might be it. Connie might be in some deep trouble here. I mean, that was a pretty good strategic move there, Kaiva, but if you're going to take Connie down, you better be completely focused on her, because this woman is a wrecking ball, like I've said. That should be her name, Connie the Wrecking Ball, because she absolutely destroys everyone she comes across. I can't praise Connie enough, despite the fact I absolutely can't stand how this woman smells. I don't like her. I don't like anything about this woman, but her talent, her raw talent in the ring is so good. I have to acknowledge it. And I hate that, because I think she's a horrible person, she smells bad, and she's old. Among other things, she's married to Sherman, which absolutely makes me hate her even more. But in the ring, she is the Queen of Agony. There is no denying her skill at all whatsoever. Kaiva's putting up a decent fight, but I don't know. It's looking like Connie's gaining control of this. Connie flings Kaiva into the corner, elbows her in the head, stomps around the ground. Alright, what's Connie gonna do? It's looking like she's going for the King of Swing, or Queen of Swing. I think we're all in deep shit. I wonder, I think Kaiva is in deep shit, and basically she needs to step her game up. She came in and underestimated her. I think a lot of people just underestimate how old Connie is and don't realize how absolutely skilled this woman is, despite the fact she's an absolute horrible person that nobody wants to be around. So she has nothing else to do, basically, and she just wrestles all damn day and trains all day, and no one takes her seriously, and this is basically why she's just destroying everyone. I'm hoping Kaiva can counter it, though. It's not looking too good, though, to be quite honest. It's looking like a bleak future where Connie's still the Queen of Agony, if she says she's gonna delete Connie, basically. Or delete Kaiva, my mistake. Getting tongue-tied. However, Kaiva counters with the elbow strike and drops her right on her face. It could only improve it, to be, if I'm being perfectly honest. Connie flings Kaiva into the ring. Or the turnbuckle. I can't talk. Connie and Kaiva, they sound... two C-sounding words. Oh, this is it. Connie's going for the Wrath of Connie, which is the move that she's basically ended so many matches with. This might absolutely be it right here. If Kaiva can't kick out of this, it's absolutely over at this point, as far as I'm concerned. Looks like Connie may have broke her hip or something. 85-year-old woman shouldn't be jumping off a turnbuckle like that, much less doing a move like that. I knew it. That's it. It is what it is. I warned everybody. I told you. You're all gonna have to step your game up going forward. That's all there really is to it. What can I say about this? You see it with your eyes. You believe it with your eyes. And that is it. But I am being told there's something going on backstage. So I'm gonna have a camera crew dispatch back there. I'm gonna head back there myself and see what's going on. We'll see what happens. But it is what it is. History was made on BRW today. We have a new King of Pain champion. And as you can clearly see who the winner of this match is. I'm Rob Banks. And I'll see you next time.
Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Breaking news tonight from the city of Las Vegas. At the intersection of Sahara Avenue and Las Vegas Boulevard, there was a major accident involving a motorcycle. The motorcyclist was severely injured along with the driver of the car. Both are in critical condition. The identities of the two are unknown, but we do know that the motorcyclist was a female in her late 30s. This accident also triggered another minor accident at the other side of the same intersection, causing traffic to be at a standstill for hours. We will update you with more information as it becomes available. Now, back to your regular scheduled programming.
Anybody standing in the way of what I dream for? How could you ignore the ones that are voiceless, scream from the poor? They only hear the score. I do it for the underground kings that don't need more. I'm kicking down your door. If I wonder why you got a pocket full of green for, it's all about the get back. It's hard to give back while the politicians kick back. They say I'm only brick rap. Well, that's the foundation of this mountain that I live at. I can get you kidnapped. These kids ain't playing with you, acting like you live rap. And all those little mishaps that only happen to you misfits, I'm here to fix that, yeah.
Time to dig up your grave, make you lower your voice. I told you not to play with the misfit toys. We got in this game, getting sick of your noise. You started with a bag, but you misfit.
Rich get richer while the poor pickpocket. Swipe smacks well till the cops come knocking. Have or have not, being broke is not an option. Time after time when you gotta think for watches. When you the plug in the socket, and the powers that be can't stop it. So obnoxious, borderline toxic. Both sides go to war like a mosh pit. Now let me switch up the optics. Our neighborhoods held us hostage. Some nights we slept in our closets. Gunfights was outside the projects. So you can't blame me for nonsense. I'm here to collect deposits. All else defies the logic. My people need me beside them.
Time to dig up your grave, make you lower your voice. I told you not to play with the misfit toys. We got in this game, getting sick of your noise. You started with a bag, but you misfit toys.
Don't play with the misfits. Come play with the misfits. Don't play with the misfits. Come and play with the misfits.
I told you don't play with the misfits. Must be deaf, dumb, and blind, you a triplet. Don't you make me erase your existence. All by my lonely, need no assistance. Any disrespect gets met with the vengeance. Burn down gossip and hidden agendas. We set the tone for all to remember. You rewrite history, the greatest pretenders. You rewrite history, the greatest pretenders.
Time to dig up your grave, make you lower your voice. I told you not to play with the misfit toys. We got in this game, getting sick of your noise. You started with a bag, but you misfit toys.
Don't play with the misfits. Come play with the misfits.
You started with a bag, but you misfit toys.
Afraid. Down in the darkness, I was crawling through the human race. I heard the voices through the dark. So I beat my fist against my chest, against my heart.